When it feels like the world's falling down, I'll be there to lift you from the ground. Don't be afraid, just let me in. Love me and I'll do the same. No pain in the lies and all your secrets. I'll take them all, I'll be your keeper. Let's run away, no need to stay alone now.
Hello everybody, I realized I did not film my New Year's resolution.
I will put all the ornaments up.
Yes, my New Year's resolution this year for 2018 is to move into a bigger apartment. My resolution for the girls is hopefully, fingers crossed, for them to get to move up and possibly be on a gymnastics team or just get better, continue doing great with the skills that they are doing. I'm very proud of them for being able to do back handsprings and splits and back walkovers. They're not mastered the front walkover, but I think that they will probably master that in maybe this month, January, or even February. Their teacher is very proud of what they can do. The owner of the gymnastics place, Mr. Mike. Yeah, Mr. Mike. And the owner of the gymnastics center that they go to, Mr. Mike, worked with them today, which I am so, to me, that's an achievement for Mr. Mike, because he works with maybe the 8 and 9-year-olds.
No, the big person.
Yeah, I don't know how old the girl was. She's 8 or 9. That's the one that he teaches, the 8 and 9 class mix.
And Mr. Mike keep hitting him head.
Huh?
Mr. Mike keep hitting him head.
Yeah, he keep hitting his head, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is he works with older kids, and today he worked with them. I'm not saying that they're ready for the older kids. To me, that's a big stepping stone when somebody that works with the older kids works with the girls, because Mr. Dan, he also did a couple things with the girls, not today, in the past, but he also works with the older kids. But it wasn't like they didn't have a whole class with Mr. Mike, but they had a good little, maybe 15 minutes. And that to me is a long time. That's more than, okay, let me see you flip, okay, and then he'll walk away. Because he has done that before. He's seen them, doing not back handspring. Sorry, they just got that. Well, Savannah just mastered hers without jumping. Like, she can do a standing back handspring. And Hannah could do a back handsprings, but she don't land on her feet. She lands on her knees. But she is doing it a standing one. She could do the jumping one, but she of course still lands on her knees. Savannah, if she's doing a jumping one, she tends to land on her knees. So I don't know, if she's doing it on trampoline. But what I was saying was the back walkovers. When the girls very first was doing back walkovers, when they very first learned it and can do it more than one time in a row, Mr. Dan came over and he watched them and he's like, oh my gosh, that's very good. He told them very good, Mr. Dean. They told Mr. Dean, that yay. And then he brought one of the older kids that was working. I think it was a girl. I'm gonna say it was a girl because Yeah, it was a girl. She was maybe 12 or 13. But I think she was just now starting out. So skill wise, they were on the same platform. She of course was older, but skill wise, they were on the same platform. And I don't remember what it was that, like, she wasn't kicking her legs over. So it was something that she wasn't doing, and he had he asked the girls, Mr. Dan, asked the girls to show him, and they did a couple of times. And the girl, she did hers on the, I guess it's the rolling wedge. I don't know what it's called. But she eventually got it. She got it, But it wasn't like thanks to my girls. It was just that they. It was another girl and a young boy that couldn't do a cartwheel, and Mr. Dan also came over and asked him.
At the bars.
Yeah, you was really good at the bars. Daddy haven't seen it yet. He's gonna watch it in a minute. Gary was gone. He went to Walmart to get me yarn, and I'm very excited. I know this is a scattered video. I got big yarn because I was down to this little ball, and well, while I'm here, I might as well show y'all the update that I did on my blanket. No, I'm joking. I am starting on white again. And so I was like, okay, I got a little ball of white, and I'm doing white, so starting on white again. So remember what I told y'all, green represents the turf of a football field, white and then blue is for Kentucky. This is going to be white, and then on top of this white it's going to be orange, which represents UT. Now, I went on Amazon and I found the 1 pounders yarn that are, I think they said 16 ounces. This is 14. This is 14 ounce. Let's see if I can find my camera. There we go. This is 14 ounces. And, or 396 grams. So it's 2 more ounces bigger than this, the 1 pound is. Now, with that one, that's a different brand, and I will use that brand. Like, I'm the type of person is, if I find the color that I want, I get the color. I don't go by brand. And I just recently watched Mikey's yarn, his yarn collection video, and he says when he does when he does a blanket, he uses all one product. I mean, he is very talented, and like I said, he can manipulate any yarn that I have seen, like any yarn that I've seen in the stores. Like, he has a video on his channel, which is Crochet Crowds. Shout out. He doesn't know I'm giving him a shout out, but I give him a shout out every time I talk about crocheting, because he is the man. He is the man. Him and Diva Dan are the man. But I learned a lot of patterns from him, and like I said, learned this pattern, basket weave. Y'all can see it, basket weave. I learned from Mikey, and Crochet Crowds. But so I found the 1 pounder. Yes, I got my needle so I don't lose it. I just got it just stuck in there. See, it's not pulling on nothing, just stuck. But Amazon got the 1 pounders, and they're a little bit more than I want to pay for, because they're $10 a row. This was $4.94 at Walmart. The problem with this is Walmart does not have orange. Any orange. I don't know what happened. Because, like I said, I swear by Red Heart yarn. That's who I swear by, Red Heart yarn. And if I can't get Red Heart yarn, I get really any yarn. But like if I can choose, I choose Red Heart, because to me their yarn is more coarser and I can do tighter stitches without it looking stretched. So I use Red Heart, but I swear by that just because when I started buying yarn, because when I started crocheting, it was 2001. It was 2001 when I very first successfully did a stitch, I should say, a crochet stitch. And so, Hannah, you were not there. Go see if Cece's okay. Go see if Cece's okay. I successfully did a crochet stitch in 2001, and then I think it was 2003 is when I bought my first spool of yarn. Now I know you're probably like, okay, 2001 to 2003, that's a big gap. Well, what have happened was, no, I'm joking. I was in state custody in 2001. This girl named Laura, shout out to Laura. I call her Laura Lee. That's not her name. Her name was not Laura Lee, but I call her I called her Laura Lee. And I love that little girl. I say little girl. She's not she was younger than me, like 2 years younger than me. But I think I called her Laura Lee because she was 5 feet tall, and then her mama was 4'8". But anyhow, she was spunky, and so I'm like, oh no, because like she started to go off, and I'm like, I better go get my little Laura Lee, and I go get her and like mess with her and stuff, and it was funny. And so I call her my little Laura Lee, and she let me call her Laura Lee. I don't know if she didn't like it. Sorry if she didn't like it. But yeah, I always reference her as my little Laura Lee. I had nicknames for a lot of people. Like my friend Danica. Love Danica to death. I don't know if I told this story. This is a long video. I don't know if I told this story, but I'll tell it right fast. Danica, we, me, her, and Star we came up with some things. And the bad thing about it was Danica was like 15 and I was 17. Did you hurt yourself? How'd you hurt yourself?
I climbed on when I was helping Daddy. I fell.
Okay, well, sit down. You know you weren't supposed to be climbing. You're not supposed to be climbing. But I'm glad that you're alright. The bad thing about it was I was 17, Star was 16, and Danica was 15. I have a very vivid imagination, so I could come up with some things in my head. And so I've laughed because me being almost an adult, I was the childish one. What?
Did you say they were swinging the bars?
Yes, I gotta show Daddy. Here, let me have it so you can go to your table. I was the one coming up with the weird stuff, coming up with the pretend of the things. So I laugh because you would think, okay, Danica being 15, maybe she still had a kid imagination, or Star being 16. Nope, it was me. Big kid, still a big kid. But I don't even know. Oh, I do know it started out. Because I was going to say, I don't know what started it, but I do know it started. Okay. Back in 2000, I don't know if any of y'all remember this.
Off your table.
I don't know if any of y'all remember this,
Eat
but
at your table.
Savannah, I am doing a video, ma'am. When O-Town, when they were being made by Phil Pearlman, if y'all know who that is, y'all know that he rest in peace, he is deceased now, but he is like up there with the greats. He discovered NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, 98 Degrees, O-Town. Did he do Blink 182? I don't know if he did Blink. He did a lot of boy bands, and he discovered a lot of people that, you know, owe their fame, their thanks, tip their hats off to him. Anyways, he decided to do, thank you. He decided to do making a band. Now, not to confuse it with making for the DA band. That is P. Diddy. It's making the THE band by Phil Pearlman. Now, I know people are like, what? What's the difference? One is DA, one's THE. Okay, so when Phil Pearlman came out with making the THE band, he had a dude on there that was from Hawaii, Ikaika. Love that name. Love it, love it, love that name, Ikaika. So when I got into state custody, we got bears, and I named my bear Ikaika Lamaika, and so that's what I named my dog. My bear is Ika. I spelled it just the way that he did, Ikaika, but my Ikaika is a girl, and then of course the original Ikaika is a boy, is a man. He didn't. He got picked to be in the band and making in O-Town, but because he was a grown man, and he had a family back home in Hawaii, he couldn't fulfill his his dream. He couldn't be in the band, even though the band became something and they were mildly popular. But so he left the band, but I loved his name. I was like, oh my gosh, I never heard of the name Ikaika. So I don't know where your chair is.
Right there on top.
So he came, so that was his name. So I liked his name so much, I named my bear, my stuffed animal bear, Ikaika. Ika. And then Lamaika, of course I came up with that. Lamika. Lamaika. And so that's what I named my bear. Yes, I know you're probably like, okay, spelling? Yes. Because I always said if I have a child, I'm going to name her Ikaika Lamaika. So I got to learn how to spell it. And of course, I knew how to spell his because it was on TV. But, so I always called my bear Ikaika Lamaika or Ikaika Bear. Or Monster. Ikaika Monster. That's what I called it. That was my bear's nickname. Yes, I know my bear's not real. Stop. But I always called her Ikaika Monster. So then, that hence the nickname that I was Marquita Monster and Danica was Danica Monster. And so still to this day, like, yes, she's a grown woman. She got kids. I'm a grown woman. I got kids. I still call her Monster because that's what I call her. And it's not like Monster, like, oh my God, you're scary, you're girl. No, I always call them like we eventually dropped our names, and then we were just Monster. Like if I needed something from Monster, and then she needs something from me, Monster. And I think we I don't know if Star was ever a Monster. I can't remember. I think I might have just called her Star. I mean, I called her Star Monster a couple of times, but I don't think we ever. Well, I don't think we ever dropped her name. I think it was always Star Monster. But we dropped, me and Danica, we dropped her name. But yes, like I said, I'm a big kid, and I'm the one that did that. I had our nicknames as, I named her Monster, you know, and then even, you know, her baby, we called her baby Monster. Anyhow, but yeah, I haven't seen her in some years. Her daughter, Danica too, I haven't seen her in years. But yeah, so what was I getting with that? I don't know what I was getting with that. I'm sorry, y'all. I ramble, and I don't know what I was getting with that. Oh, my blanket. But Laura, she's the one that taught me how to do that. And I bought my first spool of yarn from Walmart, and I liked it the way that it felt. And okay, what I was saying with that is, I was in state custody, and we had a store, which Miss Woolby, that was her name, Miss Woolby's store. Woolby. My brain, it won't let me say her name, but it started with W. And it was her store. And it was just pretty much, she had like stuff, it was like odds and ends, nothing that was spectacular, but we got Woolby bucks, and we, like, if you have, okay, put it on the table, if you clean your room, or you do different things, you can get Woolby bucks, and then you can go to her store. I think she had it every Tuesday, like once a week, you go in and spend your Woolby bucks. And so she had yarn, like she had like a big bag of yarn. I think it had like 10 or 15 like spools in it, like different colors, just like ones that were like not full ones, but like there were big spools of yarn. And I remember it was like 15 Woolby bucks, and I had 20, and then Laura had 10. And so what I told Laura, I was like, I will buy these if you teach me, or I'll buy these if you teach me how to make one from scratch. Which she was going to teach me how to make a blanket, a granny square, starting it by myself. And she did, and I successfully did it. But, so that's why I did not buy my first yarn, because she really wasn't crocheting, and then her mama brought her like you know, things of yarn, like on her visits and everything. And so she had yarn, and she had the colors that she wanted, so I had all the odd and end yarns. So that's why in 2003 is when I bought my first one, but I successfully did my first stitch in 2001. But I'm about to run out of memory on this phone, so I got to let y'all go. Thank y'all for listening. This was supposed to be at the beginning of me taking down my Christmas tree video, but you know what? This turned to its own little video, and I'm thanking y'all for listening. And like I said, check out Mikey at the Crochet Corner, Crochet Crowd. Why do I keep wanting to say Crochet Corner? I say that every single time. Crochet Crowd. That's his YouTube channel. Mikey, you will not be dissatisfied. You will be happy if you are into crocheting or knitting. He is very good. And like I said, he doesn't know I'm saying this, but I want to give him a shout out, because anytime I want to do something, anytime I forget about something, that's where I go to find what I need to find the pattern. And if Mikey don't do it, then that means it can't be done. Joking. But that just means maybe he haven't thought of it. But anyhow, I'm gonna let y'all go, because like I said, I don't have much memory, and y'all take care.
I've lost. I'm having him with a spaghetti.
Yeah, we're having spaghetti for dinner.
But yeah, I said, make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Give her a thumbs up, show her you like it. And if you got any comments, please leave the comments, because she reads them if they come in.
Yeah, and I try to answer them
And she'll
as
answer them every time.
I answer them as they come in. But a little tiny baby rant. No, seriously.
Oh, go ahead.
I commented on Think Tank's thing of 5 things that you hope change in 2018. And then also made a video about that, about what I was hoping to change. Now, somebody had a problem with my 5 things that I hope change. He's like, oh, you don't understand the economics, do you? I mean, the economy, do you? I didn't say that I did. I mean, I do. But, okay, she asked me, what's 5 things that you hope? Not 5 things that will. 5 things that you force. It's 5 things that you hope. Hope being the ultimate word in the whole thing. 5 things you hope that will change in 2018. I said my 5 things. And I was being classy. I didn't get out of my head. I stayed a Southern Belle, and I said, she asked and I answered. That's all I said. That's how I answered it. She asked and I answered it. Because she did ask. Or her and Jason asked and I answered. 5 things that you hope. That's the 5 things that I hope change in 2018. It might not. But if it does, guess what? I got 1 or 2 of my hopes that came true. So with that person messaging me, it's like, you know what? I'm going to be nice today. And they better be glad I caught that after I had a nap. Because I got up at 5 because some little lady named Savannah did not want to go to sleep. So she stayed up until 5. So I stayed up all the way until it was time to go to gymnastics, which we left the house at 9 o'clock to go to gymnastics. Gymnastics was over at 11. I came home, ate lunch, took a nap. So they better be glad they caught me after I took a nap, because I would have been talking at the side of my head. And I'm telling you, he don't want Stella to come out because she is, let's just say, Pandora's box. What's that on X-Men?
Oh, the
Jay.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
The Phoenix.
The Phoenix ain't got nothing on Stella. I just leave it at that.